Here's a quick overview of a redevelopment project that we did for ENH241, which is American literature prior to 1860, where the goal of redevelopment was to remove the required textbook that students would have to purchase for approximately $65 and replace it with a free digital text that is embedded in the course. We ran into two issues as we looked into this project. One had to do with actually getting the material digitized and placed into the lesson, and course production worked really hard at doing the importing and the formatting of the text selections. Here we're looking at lesson 3, which is a typical lesson, and the required readings are provided early on in the lesson, and they're divided in this case by author. So instead of having the student go to a particular page, they simply click on a link that takes them directly to that reading selection, which is in PDF format. One of the other issues had to do with providing students with the author biographical information that was in the previously purchased textbook. That was a little more difficult because that information is copyrighted. So we worked closely with Rio Salato's library, and the library's instructional coordinator worked hard identifying several options for us to overcome this issue. We ultimately decided on using a Gale source called Gale Biography in Context. It's part of Rio Salato College's digital database subscriptions. She worked hard to create persistent links in the course, and what that means is a student is able to click directly on the link and go straight to the relevant article instead of making the students have to go to a different web page to Rio Salato's library and log into the database themselves. So with course production creating the actual textbook and the library working to create the direct links to the author bio information, we've been able to provide the same information and text for students for free that they used to pay for by purchasing the textbook. Now regarding the textbook itself, it is formatted into PDF, which was also formatted to be able to easily navigate within the textbook. It works well within e-readers and online, just like accessing any other PDF. There's an interactive table of contents. So if we want to go back to that same selection of Puritan literature, we click on the Puritans, and then any of these selections are linked as well. Students can navigate back and forth using the arrows. They can make the text larger and smaller, just like any other PDF. So we've essentially replaced the required textbook that students used to purchase with all of the information that they need to access within the course itself. In the end, it took a team of the instructional designer, the English department chair, the English department's instructional technologist, the librarian, the library's instructional technologist, and the editing team within Instructional Design Service before we were able to actually make it available to students. This course went live with the no-cost digital textbook on August 22nd, and if students do want a hard copy of the entire textbook, a recent quote put it at about $40 through FedEx Online, which is still significantly less than the $65 students used to pay.